Hey guys, it's me again. So, been playing around and thinking about what kind of drone to get. A couple months ago, my wife actually got me a UDI Discovery drone. She saw them for a good price on Amazon. I was playing around with it, and this is a very good beginner drone. I've been flying it around for a couple hours, off and on, and you don't have to worry about something like this getting banged up. So this is a good little thing to test on. Unfortunately, that is the only other that's the only drone I've ever played with. So I was a little hesitant to go with anything like a DJI Phantom or the DJI Mavic, but the GoPro Karma that came out had my interest because the bundle that it came with was with the GoPro 5 and with a little gimbal that can attach to the drone or on a handle on its own, which is something I was very interested in, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But got this in the mail today. I wasn't expecting this until like the end of November. I think a lot of people got that email and were kind of upset. To be honest, once when I got the email that said, I was like, all right, I got word that I was going to be on back order. I actually started looking more into the DJI Mavic, but when I noticed that my phone couldn't fit into the controller, I started trying to do more research on it. And next thing I know, I get an email from GoPro saying this was shipped and it's coming to me. So I'm pretty excited to get this, and look forward to showing you guys what this is compared to some of the stuff that I have been using. All right, let's go ahead and bust it open. Let you guys see this real quick. So it's nice that they have the tape that says, hey, if it gets damaged or it's cut and open, go ahead and inspect it. The tape has not been cut yet. Now it has. So yeah, I went with, I'll let you guys see it on the inside. I did go with the GoPro 5 because if you've seen some of my previous videos, I'll tell you that I used the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. I never upgraded to the 4 when I should have, and I figured I might as well just make that leap from the 3 to the 5. Alright, so do I just dump you out on the table? Alright, we might keep that for later. Measured the box. So I was really excited to see this at the front door. This box, yeah, centimeters don't mean much to me. This box was like 21 by 14 inches. And when you compare it to the this is not a carrying case, but this is what I have been carrying my little Discovery drone in. It's a 14.5 by 14.5. The good thing with the Karma, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have watched the videos from other people already. This is a backpack, and I'm going to compare it to the backpacks I have been using, or a backpack I've been using for my GoPro stuff. So this feels like a luggage suitcase, kind of. Feels nice and sturdy on the outside. There's the straps, and I guess this is the area that the gimbal will hook on whenever it's a standalone feature. We'll find out when I play with it later. I got to charge it tonight. I've been warned that the GoPro doesn't come charged. It's probably a good thing. Oh, they got a little plastic safety thing on there, so that way it just doesn't zip open. And it just flew out of my hands. Ooh, wow, that thing looks so brand new. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I normally don't purchase something of this magnitude, this much for a cost for myself, like on a whim. So I thought about it for a little bit, talked to the wife. She was like, yeah, this is going to be a Christmas gift for you. So I'll let you guys see this. I have heard people talk about how the GoPro Karma is heavier than they thought. It feels about what I would be expecting. But they said that this is a lot bigger than the Mavic. I'm fine with how it is, because if I can transport this on my back, it's good enough for me. And again, one of the biggest features that I liked was the GoPro 5, getting that. So this came with 4 caps on top. I'm told the or I read on the GoPro website that the propellers, you just flip them on and they're self-locking. There are 2 colors on here. That does look like a makeup case. Okay, we'll deal with that. Whoops, there goes the battery. That was funny. Thought the battery was in there secure. All right, there's the battery, so I guess that's going to be the first thing to show. So with the fins, you've got white for the white propellers, and then you got little black dots for the black propellers. And I'm going to let you charge. You are one heavy battery for, well, it's not really that heavy, but when you have it in the Karma, you can feel the weight being added to it. How did you slide out like that? Huh. Okay, yeah, should I get the propellers out on there right now? We'll see. I guess these are tightening tools. It's supposed to come with, I think, 6 propellers total, like 2 spares and the 4 main. You really don't want to come out. Oh, there's a spot in the one end to open. Okay, we'll let them all slide out. Is that them? All right, I count 6. So got the silver one. Let's go ahead and just shut you. Not making this easy for myself. We'll look at everything in a minute. Maybe. We'll say the arms are pretty easy to flip out and flip on. Ooh. All right, and that locks in on its own. Oh, that was black. Sorry. Okay. Pay attention to where the white ones are, or the silver ones. And put the black one on there. Put a black one on here. Oh, spinning the wrong way. Okay, it is on. All right, and there's my 2 spares. All right, let's go ahead and compare it real quick to the Discovery. There's really not much of a comparison, but for size, this is so light and still has dust from when I kept crashing out there. Don't fall out, battery. You can see that this one's a little bit bigger. This feels, oh yeah, it's obviously heavy, but I was gonna say it feels a lot sturdier. I have started having trouble with this one. The blades have been sticking for a little bit. Once when it gets spinning, it's fine, but it's not as free as this bottom one down here. Okay. Now let's look at what everybody's been calling the makeup kit. It's got all the plastic still on it. The joysticks feel good. I've seen some people complain about it, but I like that. The controller actually feels fine in my hands. There's the control. There's the record. There's the mode button. I will have to read up on that. I'm wondering if that's the zoom. And I'll need to see what I got to charge it with. And then that all it takes is just a twist. That's an unlock. Yep, there we go. And then we just pop this in. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of practice to get it in there, like easily. So close. Come on. I can see where you're supposed to go. Oh, upside down. All right. It is not on. Oh, no. I had a couple of lights on, but it's saying that it's dead. So this is the handheld gimbal that has buttons on the where your thumb will go, so you can control it. this will actually be a lot easier to use than, I don't know where my stick went. Oh, so I've been using a combination of a third-party GoPro stick and my Feiyu. Actually have it taken apart a little bit, but I've been using this with the Hero 3 Plus, and this is actually a pretty decent one. I need to do a comparison between that and the Karma's gimbal. Alright, we'll just put that in later. But this gimbal comes with its own little case. And then I have a case for the Hero 3 along with some accessories like the built-in timer or the timing clock that I use, along with a waterproof housing. And I put all that in this backpack, which is, it holds a battery inside so it can charge the GoPro and spare batteries whenever I need them on the go. But that will be a secondary one now that I have this backpack, which looks like it'll sit a lot nicer on my back whenever I'm biking. And I am going to charge it tonight and do some test footage and try and combine it with this video. So we'll see how it goes. All right, see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so got to fly the GoPro Karma during lunch. It's in the case right now because got an email just a couple minutes ago that says that they're recalling all Karmas. There's a power issue with, they said a small amount, I don't know how many there are. So as much as I wanted to test their Karma grip out this weekend and compare it to my Feiyu along with the GoPro 3 that you guys are currently watching this off of, that's not going to happen because I'm going to try and get a hold of the GoPro company again after this and see if there's a return label I got to deal with or whatnot. But just to let you guys know, yes, I did fly this during lunch. I had a blast doing it. I never flew a DJI product before, so I don't know how the Phantom or the Mavic works. But this was so easy to fly, and I didn't have a lot of the issues that other people have had where it just floats all over the place. The only issue I actually had was I forgot how to turn it off, so it took me a little bit to figure that one out. And you'd think it would be just as easy as holding down the power button, but that didn't quite happen. I had to hold it down for like a good 5 to 10 seconds before everything shut down. So there's got to be a quicker way to do it, and I'll just have to look in the instruction manual about it. But yeah, just the Karma grip is just mesmerizing. Just watching it just float around like that. I was really looking forward to running around with it. This is actually a little heavy compared to the Feiyu, but like I said, I wanted to check and see how it was going to do on running, and I was going to just have a whole setup for that. I might do that once when I get everything back. We'll see how it goes. All right. So first impression with the Karma, I'm pretty impressed with this, and I think this was a good purchase. All right, hope to see you guys around, and if you like what you see or what you will see later on, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. write down in the comments how bad I'm messing up on these videos. So let me know. All right, thanks. Bye, guys.